The International Baccalaureate, formerly known as the International Baccalaureate Organization, is an international educational foundation headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, founded in 1968. It offers 4 educational programs for children aged 3 to 19. The organization's name and logo were changed in 2007 to reflect a reorganization. Consequently, IB can refer to the organization itself, any of the 4 programs, or the diploma or certificates awarded at the end of the program. Marie-Thérèse Moret created the framework for what would eventually become the IB diploma program in 1948 when she wrote Educational Techniques for Peace. They exist. In the mid-1960s, a group of teachers from the International School of Geneva created the International Schools Examinations Syndicate, which would later become the International Baccalaureate. By Peter International Baccalaureate Africa, Europe and Middle East was established in 1986, and International Baccalaureate Asia Pacific established during the same period. The IB Middle Years program adheres to the study of 8 subject areas and was developed and piloted in the mid-1990s. Within 5 years, 51 countries had MYP schools. The IB Primary Years program was piloted in 1996 in 30 primary schools on different continents, and the first PIP school was authorized in 1997, with as many as 87 authorized schools in 43 countries within 5 years. The newest offering from the IB career-related program is designed for students of ages 16 to 19 who want to engage in career-related learning. The IB introduced its newly reviewed MYP for first teaching in September 2014. The IB Learner Profile, as the IB's mission in action. The Learner Profile concisely describes the aspirations of a global community that shares the values underlying the IB's educational philosophy. The IB Learner Profile describes the attributes and outcomes of education for international mindedness. IB learners strive to be follows, inquirers, knowledgeable, thinkers, communicators, principled, open-minded, caring, risk-takers, balanced, reflective. All 4 programs use the IB Learner Profile. Diploma Program Curriculum Outline, Age Range, DP Core Theory of Knowledge, The Extended Essay, Creativity, Activity and Service. Subject Area Studies in Language and Literature, Language Acquisition, Individuals and Societies, Sciences, Mathematics, the Arts. Career-related program Curriculum Outline, Age Range, 3-part framework study of at least 2 diploma program courses. Career-related studies, CP Core Personal and Professional Skills course. Service Learning, Reflective Project, Language Development, Middle Years Program Curriculum Outline, Age Range, 6 Global Contexts, Identities and Relationships, Personal and Cultural Identity, Orientations in Space and Time, Scientific and Technical Innovation, Fairness and Development, Globalization and Sustainability. 8 subject areas: Language Acquisition, Language and Literature, Individuals and Societies, Mathematics, Design, Arts, Sciences, Physical and Health Education. Culminating activity for schools offering a 3 to 5 year program. Personal Project MYP 5, Community Project MYP 3 to 4, Primary Years Program Curriculum Outline, Age Range, 6 Transdisciplinary Themes: Who we are, where we are in place and time, how we express ourselves, how the world works, how we organize ourselves, sharing the planet. 6 subject areas: language, social studies, mathematics, arts, science, personal, social and physical education, 5 essential elements: concepts, knowledge, skills, attitudes, action, organization. The IB is a not-for-profit educational foundation. The IB maintains its foundation office in Geneva, Switzerland. The Assessment Centre is located in Cardiff, Wales, and the Curriculum Centre moved in 2011 to The Hague, Netherlands. 3 global centres have been opened: Bethesda, Maryland in the United States, Singapore, and The Hague. The organization is divided into 3 regional centers: IB Africa, Europe and Middle East, administered from The Hague; IB Americas, administered from Bethesda and Buenos Aires, Argentina; and IB Asia Pacific, administered from Singapore. Sub-regional associations are groups formed by and for IB school practitioners to assist IB schools, teachers and students in their communities, from implementing IB programs to providing a forum for dialogue. There are currently 56 sub-regional associations, including 15 in the IB Africa, Europe and Middle East region, 36 in the IB Americas region, and 5 in the IB Asia Pacific region. In 2003, the IB established the IB Fund, Incorporated in the United States, for the purpose of enhancing fundraising and keeping funds raised separate from operational funds. In 2004, the IB approved a strategic plan to ensure that programs and services are of the highest quality and to provide access to people who are socio-economically disadvantaged. In 2010 and 2015, the strategic plans were updated after substantial consultation. The vision for the next 5 years was to more consciously establish the IB as a leader in international education, and the board outlined a vision and 4 strategic goals with key strategic objectives. Access remains fundamental to the mission of the IB, and a variety of initiatives and projects are helping to take it forward in Ecuador, Poland, Romania, the Czech Republic, South Africa, Kazakhstan, Spain, Malaysia and Japan. The United States has the largest number of IB programs offered in both private and public schools. The IB works with governments and non-governmental organizations across the world and has consultative status as a non-governmental organization at United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, and has collaborative relationships with the Council of Europe and the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie. Governance. The IB governance is composed of an IB Board of Governors and 6 committees. The Board of Governors appoints the Director General, sets the strategic direction of the organization, adopts a mission statement, makes policy, oversees the IB's financial management, and ensures autonomy and integrity of the IB diploma program examinations and other student assessment. The structure of its different committees are based on respect, representation and collaboration. The Board of Governors can comprise between 15 and 25 members. Members are elected by the board on the recommendation of the Governance Committee and from nominations presented from the Heads Council, regional councils and the board. To encourage diversity of gender, culture and geography, there are only 3 ex officio positions: Director General, the Chair of the Examining Board and the Chair of the Heads Council. Advisory bodies include the Heads Council and regional councils. Reception. The IB diploma program was described as a rigorous, off-the-shelf curriculum recognized by universities around the world when it was featured in the December 18, 2006 edition of Time titled "How to Bring Our Schools Out of the 20th Century." The IBDP was also featured in the summer 2002 edition of American Educator, where Robert Rothman described it as a good example of an effective, instructionally sound, exam-based system. Quote, In 2006, as part of the American Competitiveness Initiative, President George W. Bush and Education Secretary Margaret Spellings presented a plan for the expansion of advanced placement and international baccalaureate, mathematics and science courses, with the goal of increasing the number of AP&IB teachers and the number of students taking AP&IB exams, as well as tripling the number of students passing those exams. Howard Gardner, a professor of educational psychology at Harvard University, said that the IBDP curriculum is less parochial than most American efforts, and helps students think critically, synthesize knowledge, reflect on their own thought processes and get their feet wet in interdisciplinary thinking. In 2006, government ministers in the United Kingdom provided funding so that every local authority in England could have at least one centre offering sixth form as the chance to do the IB. Quote, in 2008, due to the devaluing of the A-levels and an increase in the number of students taking the IB exams, then Children's Secretary Ed Balls abandoned a flagship Tony Blair pledge to allow children in all areas to study IB. Fears of a two-tier education system further dividing education between the rich and the poor emerged as the growth in IB is driven by private schools and sixth-form colleges, while the number of diploma program state schools has dropped under budget constraints. The new career-related program has seen solid uptake in the UK with 27 schools in Kent alone. In 2006, an attempt was made to eliminate it from a public school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Some schools in the United States have eliminated the IBDP due to budgetary reasons and low student participation. In Utah in 2008, funding for the IBDP was reduced from $300,000 to $100,000 after State Senator Margaret Dayton objected to the program, stating, "First, I have never espoused eliminating IB. I don't want to create world citizens nearly as much as I want to help cultivate American citizens who function well in the world. But not everyone agrees, and Mayor Rahm Emanuel of Chicago believes IB needs to be an option for students in Chicago public schools." Elizabeth Brackett reports on the IB in Chicago. A report by the University of Chicago concluded that Chicago public schools students who completed the IB program were 40% more likely to attend a four-year college, 50% more likely to attend a selective four-year college, and significantly more likely to persist in college than the matched peers outside the program. Quote, "The City of Miami Beach Commission entered into an education compact with Miami-Dade County Public Schools with one of the initiatives of the compact to implement the IB program throughout Miami Beach feeder schools. In other parts of the world, IB programs has been well received. In 2013, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology of Japan and the IB announced a plan that will expand the opportunities for Japanese students to complete the IB curriculum in Japanese. In Malaysia, a project has been developed in response to interest expressed by the Malaysia Ministry of Education in working with the IB to implement the IB middle years program in select secondary state schools. The Abu Dhabi Education Council signed an agreement with the IB in efforts to widen the options offered for parents and to meet the different needs of students in the United Arab Emirates. In April 2014, the King Faisal Foundation in Saudi Arabia and the IB signed a Memorandum of Understanding to develop IB programs, including the IBDP, in up to 40 primary and secondary schools, with the goal of developing these schools as centers of excellence as IB World Schools. In Peru, President Ollanta Humala has committed to building a high-performing schools network made up of IB World Schools. In early 2016, 13 new schools were authorized by the IB as part of this program. In Ecuador, President Rafael Correa has also committed to improving education in state schools by implementing IB programs, and by January 2016 there were over 200 state schools. With support from local organizations, there are 13 state IB schools in Russia. In Spain, various models have been implemented and led to extensive growth with 140 schools. Internationally, the IB continues to be recognized as innovative, and in 2014 the World Innovation Summit for Education announced the IB career-related certificate is a finalist for their annual WISE Awards. Research. The IB conducts its own research, commissions research from renowned universities or research institutions around the globe. Research is used to understand and track the implementation and impact of the IB's programs or to support development of the programs. There is also a wealth of third-party research available. The International Education Research Database is a source for references concerning research publications related to international education, international schools, and international baccalaureate. It provides links to the original sources. The Journal of Research in International Education often contains articles related to research on the IB or international education. Higher Education Statistics Agency in UK examined the characteristics and trends of IB students compared to A-level and other student groups at universities and documented the results in a comprehensive report. Allegations of plagiarism. Jeffrey Beard, a past Director General of International Baccalaureate, gave a talk on Education for a Better World on the 5th of August 2010 at the Chautauqua Institution in New York State. The institution issued a statement the next day in which it expressed genuine disappointment with the talk, noting that it drew heavily upon and quoted extensively from a speech given earlier in the year by Sir Ken Robinson, while adding that he neglected to cite his source or reveal the quotations for what they were. Ken Robinson is a renowned British educationist who lives in the United States. Through an IB spokesperson, Beard admitted that he could have been more explicit about the sources and authors that inspired him for the content of the speech. In a letter sent to heads of schools that offer the IB curricula, he described this as an unfortunate incident due to an oversight. In an apparently unrelated development, the Times educational supplement revealed on the 8th of October 2010 that significant portions of one of IB's marking guides for the IB diploma program was lifted wholesale from unattributed websites, including Wikipedia. In a letter to schools, IB Director General Beard wrote, "We have and always will take immediate and appropriate action when we discover any violation of our policies or standards." The examiner responsible for the plagiarism resigned from the examination board 5 weeks after the issue came to light.